If you're Capricorn dominant, you're not behind. You're building something that lasts. And Saturn is patient. Capricorn core energy plus Capricorn Sun reading list. Books that mirror ambition, discipline, loneliness, legacy, and quiet power. Capricorn Moon reading list. Books for the inner world, emotional control, quiet grief, and private survival. Capricorn Rising plus pure Capricorn energy books. Books of legacy, authority, public strength, discipline, and long-term power. If you're a Capricorn, you've probably been told you're too serious, too focused, too hard on yourself. But what people don't say often enough is this: Capricorn carries time in their bones. You don't rush. You build. You endure. And the books that resonate with Capricorn energy aren't loud, chaotic, or impulsive. They're quiet, strategic, emotionally restrained, but devastatingly deep. Today's episode is for Capricorn suns and anyone who lives with Capricorn energy at their core. The planners, the legacy builders, the ones who understand that success is lonely before it's admired. These are books that understand ambition without applause, discipline without validation, and strength that doesn't ask to be seen. Let's begin. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the planet of structure, consequence, responsibility, and time. Capricorn suns are not here for shortcuts. They are here for mastery. They resonate with stories where growth is slow and earned. Success comes at a cost. Characters evolve through pressure, not luck. Emotional restraint hides immense inner worlds. Capricorn readers don't want escapism alone. They want recognition. And these books don't flatter you. They understand you. Book 1: Stoner. This is one of the most Capricorn-coded novels ever written. Stoner follows a man who lives an ordinary life. No fame, no dramatic triumphs, yet carries an unshakable commitment to purpose. William Stoner doesn't chase validation. He doesn't perform success. He simply shows up. Capricorn suns often recognize themselves here. The quiet perseverance, the private disappointments, the refusal to abandon what matters, even when no one notices. This book understands the Capricorn truth. A life can be meaningful without being visible. It's devastating in its restraint, and that restraint is pure Saturn. Book 2: The Remains of the Day. If Capricorn had an emotional language, it would sound like this book. Stevens, the butler, lives by duty, by structure, by excellence, but beneath that precision is something Capricorn suns know intimately. The grief of realizing too late that emotional sacrifice is still sacrifice. This novel mirrors the Capricorn struggle between professional integrity, emotional fulfillment. It asks a painful question: what happens when discipline becomes self-erasure? Capricorn suns don't fear responsibility, but they do fear regret. And this book sits right in that quiet, aching space. Book 3: Never Let Me Go. Capricorn energy understands inevitability. This novel explores fate, acceptance, and restrained resistance. Not rebellion, but endurance. The characters don't rage against the system. They live within it. And that hits hard for Capricorn suns who accept reality early, learn to survive instead of protest, carry emotional weight silently. This book captures Capricorn's melancholic wisdom, the understanding that some systems are larger than us, and dignity comes from how we face them. Book 4: A Little Life. This is not an easy recommendation, but Capricorn suns don't seek easy books. A Little Life is about endurance, pain that compounds, survival that doesn't glamorize healing. Capricorn energy understands this kind of long-term suffering. The way responsibility piles on, the way strength becomes expected. This book resonates with Capricorn suns who have learned to function despite wounds, and who sometimes forget they're allowed to rest. It's brutal, but it mirrors the Saturnian lesson. Survival is not the same as living. Book 5: The Goldfinch. Capricorn suns often grow up fast. This novel understands that. The Goldfinch is about loss, responsibility, and the long shadow of childhood trauma, carried into adulthood through discipline and control. Theo survives by structure, by adaptation, by learning when to harden. Capricorn readers resonate with the way the book explores delayed emotional processing, survival through systems, weight of long memory, It's a novel about time, and Capricorn is time. Book 6, The Old Man and the Sea. This book is Capricorn distilled. Endurance, solitude, dignity in effort, not outcome. The old man doesn't win in conventional terms, but Capricorn sons understand that showing up with integrity is the victory. This book respects quiet strength. It respects effort unseen, and Capricorn sons feel deeply validated by that. Book 7, Circe. Capricorn energy isn't always cold. Sometimes it's self-made. Circe is banished, isolated, underestimated, and instead of breaking, she builds herself. This resonates deeply with Capricorn sons who learn independence early, turn isolation into mastery, build power slowly and intentionally. Circe doesn't rush. She evolves, and that evolution is Saturn approved. Book 8, Man's Search for Meaning. Capricorn energy seeks meaning, not comfort. This book speaks directly to the Capricorn belief that purpose sustains us when circumstances fail. Frankel's philosophy mirrors Saturn's ultimate lesson. That meaning is chosen, even in suffering. Capricorn sons don't shy away from existential questions. They live with them, and this book doesn't offer easy answers, only resilient ones. Capricorn sons are not meant to burn brightly. They are meant to endure. The books we've discussed today don't promise happiness. They promise understanding. In the next part of this series, we'll go deeper into the emotional undercurrent of Capricorn energy. Because Capricorn moon readers don't just carry weight, they feel it quietly. And the books they need are even more intimate. Capricorn moons don't feel less. They feel alone, not because they don't care, but because they learned early that emotions require containment. If you're a Capricorn moon, you probably mastered emotional self-regulation before anyone taught you joy. You learned responsibility before comfort, control before expression, and the books that speak to Capricorn moon energy aren't dramatic. They don't beg you to cry. They sit beside you in silence and let you breathe. These are books for the inner life you rarely reveal. The one that holds grief carefully, the one that survives quietly. Let's begin. Capricorn moons are ruled by Saturn in the emotional realm. This placement often means emotions processed privately, grief intellectualized before felt, safety found in structure, vulnerability delayed, not denied. Capricorn moon readers seek books that respect emotional boundaries, explore restraint without invalidation, portray characters who survive without spectacle. These stories don't force catharsis. They earn it. Book 9, The Bell Jar. Capricorn moons understand functional despair. This novel isn't chaotic sadness, it's controlled collapse. Esther functions, she performs, she passes, until the structure breaks. Capricorn moons resonate with the pressure of appearing composed while quietly unraveling. This book captures the loneliness of being capable while internally exhausted. It validates the unspoken truth. Emotional discipline can still lead to emotional isolation. Book 10, Norwegian Wood. Capricorn moons feel nostalgia deeply, but cautiously. This novel explores restrained longing, memory, and quiet loss. No grand gestures, just emotional weight carried over time. The characters don't demand resolution. They coexist with sadness. Capricorn moon readers recognize this emotional posture, living alongside grief instead of resolving it. This book understands that some feelings don't need fixing. They need witnessing. Book 11, An Artist of the Floating World. This is Capricorn moon emotional restraint at its finest. The narrator reflects on regret, responsibility, and the burden of past choices. Without emotional exhibition, Capricorn moons often replay decisions internally, examining consequences quietly. Without seeking absolution, this novel respects emotional self-containment. It doesn't demand confession, and that restraint feels safe. Book 12, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. Capricorn moons feel deeply, but express carefully. This book is written like a letter that may never be read. And that resonates. It captures generational trauma, emotional inheritance, and restrained love. Themes Capricorn moons often live with internally. There's tenderness here, but it's earned through endurance. This book honors emotional labor without romanticizing pain. Book 13, The Sense of an Ending. Capricorn moons revisit the past, not emotionally but analytically. This novel explores memory, responsibility, and late realization. It asks what happens when emotional accountability arrives years too late. Capricorn moons often delay emotional reckoning until stability is secured. This book understands that timeline. It's quiet, measured, and emotionally precise. Book 14, Gilead. Capricorn moons value emotional legacy. This novel reads like a moral and emotional inheritance, a life examined with tenderness and restraint. There's no urgency here, only reflection. Capricorn moons resonate with the way love is expressed through responsibility, care, and preparation for the future. This book speaks softly but profoundly. Book 15, The Year of Magical Thinking. Capricorn moons grieve methodically. This memoir captures grief as something observed, analyzed, and endured, not dramatized. Didion's emotional precision mirrors Capricorn moon coping mechanisms. Control first, feeling later. This book doesn't rush healing. It respects emotional pacing. In that respect matters. Book 16, A Man Called Ove. Capricorn moons often appear closed until love cracks the structure. Ove's emotional rigidity masks deep grief and loyalty. This book gently dismantles emotional armor. Without shaming it, Capricorn moons recognize themselves here. Love expressed through action, care shown through consistency. This is emotional softness earned through time. Capricorn moons don't need emotional intensity. They need emotional permission. The books we explored today don't force vulnerability. They honor it. In the final part of this series, we'll shift outward to the world Capricorn Rising faces daily. Public image, control, legacy, because Capricorn Rising isn't about how you feel. It's about how you carry it. Capricorn Rising isn't about who you are inside. It's about who the world expects you to be. This placement teaches composure early. You learn how to stand still under pressure, how to be reliable before you are understood. Capricorn Rising energy walks into a room already carrying authority, not because it demands attention, but because it doesn't ask for permission. And the books that resonate here aren't emotionally indulgent. They are deliberate. They understand power, solitude, reputation, and restraint. These are books about becoming someone and living with the weight of that becoming. Capricorn Rising readers gravitate towards stories where authority is earned, not inherited. Characters lead without applause. Reputation is carefully constructed. Strength is calm, not reactive. These books speak to the Capricorn Rising truth. Your outer life is a responsibility. Book 17, Middlemark. This is a novel about moral ambition, not flashy success, but the desire to live correctly in the eyes of the world. Capricorn Rising energy resonates with the way characters are shaped by social expectation, duty, and long-term consequence. This book understands reputation as currency, responsibility as identity, quiet sacrifice as strength. It's slow, thoughtful, and deeply Saturnian. Book 18, The Secret History. Capricorn Rising understands control. This novel explores how intellectual authority, elitism, and self-discipline can mask moral decay. Capricorn Rising readers recognize the danger here, how composure can become concealment, and discipline can slide into domination. It's a cautionary Saturn tale. Power without accountability corrodes. Book 19, Educated. Capricorn Rising is often self-made. This memoir reflects the painful discipline of reinventing yourself publicly, choosing who you become, even when it costs belonging. Capricorn Rising readers resonate with the tension between origin and aspiration, loyalty and growth, reinvention and isolation. This is Saturn through self-authorship. Book 20, The Power Broker. This book is Capricorn energy unfiltered. It explores how power is built slowly, strategically, and relentlessly. Often behind the scenes, Capricorn Rising readers don't romanticize power. They study it. This book understands structural influence, long-term control, authority that outlives individuals. It's not aspirational, it's instructional. Pure Capricorn energy is not about winning. It's about lasting. These next books embody Saturn's final lesson. What remains after ambition settles? Book 21, Meditations. This is Capricorn philosophy at its core. Self-control, responsibility, inner order. Capricorn readers return to this book not for inspiration, but for alignment. It teaches restraint as power and discipline as freedom. Saturn approves. Book 22, The Count of Monte Cristo. Capricorn-energy understands delayed justice. This novel is about patience, strategy, and long-term vision. Waiting years to act correctly. Capricorn readers resonate with long memory, strategic endurance, controlled execution. This isn't revenge for revenge's sake. It's justice executed with precision. Book 23, East of Eden. This novel explores generational responsibility. One of Capricorn's deepest themes. Choice, inheritance, moral consequence. Capricorn energy recognizes the burden of legacy and the quiet courage required to choose differently. This book respects long moral arcs. Book 24, Atomic Habits. Capricorn energy love systems. This book speaks directly to Saturn's language. Consistency, structure, incremental mastery. Capricorn readers don't want motivation. They want process. This book understands how real change is built. Slowly, deliberately, permanently. Book 25, Sapiens. Capricorn energy zooms out. This book explores power systems, history, and collective responsibility. Themes Saturn governs on a global scale. Capricorn readers resonate with the long view, understanding humanity as a project shaped over time. This book satisfies Capricorn's need for context, structure, and consequence. Capricorn isn't here to shine briefly. It's here to endure. Across these 3 episodes, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we explored books that don't rush you, don't flatter you, and don't underestimate you. These are books that understand responsibility as identity, discipline as devotion, power as something to be carried carefully. If you're Capricorn dominant, you're not behind. You're building something that lasts. And Saturn is patient,